Although, I didn't know that until recently, so... Yeah. Fred Myers. Thank you, Freddie. Oh, no, I have more than cameras. They have someone that remembered the person doing it. It's not who I thought it was yesterday at all. I'm going to have to apologize to them. I was way off. Way off. Oh, I can take his cash out. I just gotta... I'm glad I had it heavily buffered from my bank account. Had there not been a buffer, I would have been... I mean, I still kind of am. Okay, I still really am. How am I today? Why am I home? I don't understand how... that happened. Let's see. Where'd it go? It said, Ghana has been... If you want to call it hacked, I just call it more, criminal being a criminal. No, some have ethics and they will steal from a corrupt corporation or, let's say, a business that deals in pain and suffering. But ones that take from the least amongst us, that's the garbage bags of society. Is there hope in what he said? I mean, like, sometimes we can find out when we're not doing well and there's nothing we can do, and then sometimes we find out and there might be something we can do. Hope is dangerous. Hope is very dangerous. Sending prayers. Receiving. I'll send you. I'll send it. Prayers. And it made it extremely hard because I don't have all these backup emails I used to have. And I hate Cricket. Oh, I don't hate Cricket. I hate Android. Cricket's the very first cell phone service I had in the military. Trish, I can spell spaghetti for you. Trish can spell spaghetti. I can? I can spell spaghetti correctly? I love spaghetti. I think spaghetti is like a first word I could spell that I thought was difficult. It was a food. I can spell easy ones like PBJ. What other easy ones was there? Orange, no, I still can't spell orange, that was a lie. No, I can't spell that right either. Candy, I can spell that. You know what? Spaghetti is usually used a lot around me. Oh, thank you. Your favorite karma. I love being in the military. It was awesome. It was super awesome. I miss it. Hey, it's dark here. Where am I from? I'm from heaven. Where are you from? It's super sunny too. I am from the jungles of Athabasca. Sweet Crest, Alberta is not where I'm from. I'm from Haida Gwaii, Queen Charlotte Islands. Anyone ever been to Haida Gwaii? Out here on the Queen Charlottes? I hope you figure out your cash out so you don't lose money. Oh, I lost it. It's gone. Oh, no. I didn't lose anything from you guys. That's a separate cash app. Oh no, that's the same one. But nothing from you. I put my pay online so I would be able to get it. I'll keep pushing. I'll keep pushing it. I need a mirror. Oh, wait, I have a mirror. That's right. Why doesn't this move on its own? I can't keep hitting messages. Please be safe. Oh, thank you, Tony. Tony Noni. Is that your wife? Ooh, am I hungry? No, I had Taco Bell. But thank you for asking. I'm sure I will be as soon as I can see or smell food again. Well, Yvonne, that's a very valid feeling right now. I'm worried about myself. It's not a friendly world out here. And I've obviously been labeled Mark. It's like, it was very costly on the East Coast for doing not the right thing. When I would drink, my arm's good. Let me see if I can pull them out. I'll take this off for you guys. What was I saying? Oh, when I would drink, I'm an alcoholic. I just haven't been drinking for a couple of years now. I did such stupid things. I brought on my own pain and suffering. I used to be like, I can't believe that guy, what an asshole. He just like threw all my clothes out the door. He threw cold water on me. There's no way to wake up. Can't believe that MF threw water on me and spit on me. What an ass. And I'm like, I never dawned to be like, Trish, that was his wife you were sleeping with. His wife. What would you do? I was drinking. I don't do that stuff sober. Yes, I see Dobby, but I don't tell people about it. Dobby wants to be in private from social media right now. Anything that he wants out there, he wants to put out there himself, and I respect that. I can tell you, yes, I do see Dobby. Sometimes a bunch of days in a row, sometimes he goes maybe a week. But not much more than that. Oh, what happened, Tony Noni? I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Oh, wait, to her drunken rage? Do you mean mine? Oh, wait, what do you mean? I'm so sorry. Can you clarify? I don't get. I'm so sorry. No, I said he was missing I thought it was a few months before that, because he was missing. Oh, thank you. Wait, okay, so when you say you lost her, you mean you broke up then? Not as in she's... Because I think that's how it came across. At least it to me. It's devastating, just not quite the same. Oh, shoot. See, here's the good thing about, I don't know how to explain it. When we fall in love with someone that turns out to be toxic, we have the ability to eventually, hopefully, get over it and be thankful we were not still in that relationship. Whereas if we lose someone so completely that, they've crossed, we hold on to that forever. It never goes away. It wouldn't matter if the next day we found out they were doing some pretty bad, messed up things, cheating, just whatever. You fill in the blank. If you lose anything, anyone, in that moment of absolute devotion and love, it haunts us forever. That's why with some people, no matter how old they are, hate will haunt us, such as children, our kids. I know the difference. No, I wasn't trying to say the difference of anything. Lisa, no, my car's gone. Sophisticated criminals somehow sold it, like legitimately sold it. For anyone that's like, oh, Trish, you did it. There's absolutely no way I'd be able to take a lien off to sell it and put a lien back on. A dealership had to have done it. How to destruct your life? Oh, look, it's a succubus. How to destruct your life? Oh, it must be ESL because they put like how to self-destruct your life. Sounds like someone from Care Bear Island. Poor Care Bears. They're always having to pretend like they're at the same level with Care Bear cousins, even come down off their cloud. Like the Care Bears are literally up on their cloud above them. Care Bear cousins are like, damn bears. They think they're better than us Care Bear cousins because, well, they're actually bears unlike us. And cousins, what kind of cousins are we? I don't know. There's some weird shit going around the way we came out, huh? And what can we really do? We can give hugs. Care Bears can do that. Care Bear Deadass stare. Yeah, Care Bear Deadass stare. I'll get you. You know? Those cousins, they ain't got shit on them. So I'm sorry. You know, listen, it hurts terribly. I get that. And it's only my opinion. These are from my emotions. I can't speak as to how others are gonna feel. And I'm sorry if I accidentally did. I just meant from my own experiences, as much as it hurt. Someone toxic, it came out eventually. You see them do something just so incredibly fill in the blank that you're like, thank God I'm not with them anymore. The best love we'll ever have. Somebody obviously said I know something about something that I don't know, and so I can't give the information they want. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you. I have been very concerned about you. Oh, son. I'm just lucky it hasn't rained and I was able to get some rest and nice, comfy. Thank you. I'm super concerned too. Yeah, it used to be where the comments would go down by themselves, but not anymore. What was this, 12? What was 12? Oh, thank you. 12 voices. Those are pretty. What car are you in? I'm in the purple one at the Salem Walmart. Why? Are there any napkins so I can blow my nose? Yes, there is. Nope, that's not one. Nope. What is that?
Thank you so much, dear.
Yummy, 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 yummy.
Thank you so much. So where's she at? Where's she at?
I used to be in it. No, that's why I had a covering over me. I know. Let's see. When I'm told to do it, I have to do it. Please understand. Hey. Why, what? There we go. There we go. Oh, better, 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 better. Isn't it nice now that you can hear me? Hear me and you can insult me and say all sorts of mean nasty things. I'm back. I'm back. So yeah, this is no, we're gonna ride. I'm getting a place to exist. And it's already got armor, you know. So it's not up armored, but it's much better than just a sleeping bag. This sleeping bag can be kind of rough, especially when people play the game called Stomp Stomp. I don't like Stomp Stomp. Hear what you need? No. I wouldn't use that word for a very, very long time, but it's safe. I mean, let's just face it. It's not a nice, happy world. It used to be one. You know, back when America was great. You know, there was this... Oh, shit. Like, let's make America great. Back when only white men could vote. And when only white men could vote, there was some really good shit that happened. It was the best. But then they opened up the vote to women and minorities and non-Christians and people that did not own property. Now that's just not right. If you want to be able to vote, you need to own property. That's just so messed up. Our fathers knew about this. They made damn sure you couldn't vote if you weren't white. And a property owner at that, too. Good Lord. People making laws that don't have nothing. That's just so wrong. Anyway, let's make America great again like it was back then when only people like me voted. Back when people... I could walk down the street safely with knowing that if anyone just looked at me like they must steal, I would have those police beat the piss out of them. Now there's cameras and stuff. I can't do that. I don't like that at all. Grandpa. Oh, Kimmy. Are you looking for your grandpa? And you wish they were as cool as me? I don't know if they are, but they might be. I don't know. Am I your grandpa? It'd be awfully nice if I was. I don't know any of my grandkids. Do you like amusement parks? I could give you a ticket to go to the amusement park with your friends and then just tell me how it was. Thank you, Sunny Love. I was acting. I absolutely was. Those were not my opinions on the world. I am not for the only people being able to vote being Caucasian property owners with a penis. No. No. That is not my belief. That is not my belief. No sound. No sound. It says there's sound. I'm afraid there is. There's a McDonald's there? See, I haven't been watching them lately, so I don't know much about the Donald 2.0. But I can pretend like what it might have been like. Oh, I was trying to go to the bathroom. You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be the big list. How did we not know they could not indict me? How did I? Wait, I gotta get it. Can I do it? What? It would have been so great if I had known in the very beginning that they couldn't even indict me. I was so scared. I was like run home and hide every day. It's terrifying. But nah. I gotta practice his voice. I haven't done his voice. No, listen, I didn't talk him up. I defended, I talked up my belief system, and things I believe in, that just happened to help him. I did not believe for certain petty charges, you should be able to use the Justice Department to take away someone's wealth. That's not what it's meant to be. So if I don't support my belief system in times that it doesn't help me, how can I take any type of moral high ground when I'm trying to defend it when it is helping me? I didn't come out right. Basically, do you remember they were trying, they set a bail so high for Trump that he was gonna have like most of his like possessions liquidated. Sure, I would love to have him lose his possessions and shit, but not by the Justice Department. Tell me what I said that was pumping him up. Again, I was defending his rights as an American citizen. Now, did I like that he gets protected? No. Did I like that it would help him? No. But some things are universal. Doesn't matter if you are Satan's cousin or, someone good. The law protects you equally. And if the law doesn't protect him equally, God, imagine how they could warp and change it for people like me. Your morals, your beliefs, they're tested hardest when it protects people you don't like. If you can justify your belief system and defend someone you can't stand, then you truly believe the things you believe. But if you will put them to the wayside because it's not convenient for you, then you don't really have any beliefs. You don't believe in something, you'll fall for anything. And trust me, I do not want that. Well, thank you, Spy. Thank you, Christine. Where are you going, Trish? Tôi muốn đi vào nhà. Tôi còn cô vào nhà. Oh wait, I'm reaching. I don't know where I'm going. I'm probably going to hell in a handbasket. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Spy. Thank you. What were we discussing? Someone was saying I was talking up Trump. And I wasn't talking up Trump, the person. I was defending Trump, but not because he's Trump, but purely because he was an American citizen. I feel that a nation is not judged by its greatest achievements and what it's doing. We're not judged by the best amongst us. We're judged by how we treat the worst amongst us, the lowest amongst us, those with the least. I mean, this is in the Bible everywhere. Jesus said it. It was repetitive that we won't be judged by our best deeds or how we treat, those that we look up to, those with money, power, and wealth. We'll be judged based on how we treat those with the least, those that are despised, those that we have no reason to love. Thank you so much, Splash. Thank you. Everyone is God's children. Now, I'm not going to love certain types of people that are just beyond redemption. In my opinion, okay, I shouldn't have said beyond redemption. I just can't. There's certain category of people that I don't know why they exist. Am I sleeping indoors tonight? Absolutely not, unless you consider this indoors. If I'm indoors right now, then yes, I'll be sleeping indoors. Just, you should go home. What? I don't have home. I don't have a home with a family. I don't know what you're talking about. That's really kind of, where would I go? I'd go where? Go to a place and watch, here's the thing. People don't like watching their ex-partner being banged by their new partner or being in the same home and having to hear it. So, no thank you. Yeah, you see. No, no one's ever completely safe. We just believe we're safe. There are things that happen in this country to give us the appearance of safety. And we don't give this appearance to everybody. There are some things that some people, the more shocked someone is at something that other people aren't shocked at, just shows how much, thank you for being sad for me. They're kids. What's wrong with where I'm at right now? I mean, I'm working on things, It's summer. It's not so bad. I mean, we get spoiled as Americans. Yeah, it's nice to be in a house. Yeah, it's nice to have running water and electricity. But keep in mind, a lot of the world doesn't have these things. Why am I so special as to have pity or someone feel sad for me who could have had all these things but chose things that I knew could lead to me not having them, when there are people that have done nothing but work their asses off and they have less than me. That's not fair, is it? Hey, that's not fair. Hello. Hello, Marianne. Any requests for what we should do with the eyes or anything? I don't have a mirror to really see anything that's going on, so I can't really see from here. My friend got me this. She got me some makeup, which was very nice of you. Thank you, Corey. Thank you. We're responsible for no, Mary, we're not. There are people, like, I am more responsible than others. Others don't have the ability to control their own destiny or outcomes. So the idea that we all have equal responsibility, that's really not fair to a lot of people out there. And it kind of takes some people off the hook for things. There are people that don't have the ability to do a lot of things. And there's people like me that have the capability, the abilities, and I just slack. That makes me far worse. Well, thank you, Christina. But nobody has a safe place. That was all I was saying. I said nobody really has a safe place. Mary, what do you mean choose a different path? There are people who chose the right path all the time. They had a horrible calamity. There are people that ended up in ovens, I'm talking about biblical, when they put was it Joseph down in the furnace? Or martyrs, or those that refused to deny Jesus, those that refused to deny Allah on the crusade, or their own beliefs they refused to deny. That path is a perfectly good path to go down. And they had terrible outcomes and consequences. There are people that have done and chosen absolutely horrid things to do, and their paths brought them riches. So it's not so much the path, it's not so much the consequences or the things that happen, it's how strongly do I believe in what I'm doing. Yes, everyone does have struggles. Everyone only knows the worst that they know. The worst you know is that your dog got ran over by your next door neighbor, and you're now lying over your dead dog Rover. That's the worst you know. And it is just as heartbreaking, as in that's all the worst they know, as the person who has lost absolutely their whole family to a cartel hit that took everything they loved away and left them to live. That's the worst they know too. What kind of help do you think it is? 'Cause I would love to know what it is so I can concentrate on getting it. My personal opinion is my BPD. That's causing the most issues. Let me see what this really looks like. I gotta see this in color. So, does anyone have any ideas? Does anybody out there have any ideas on what it is that is my worst thing that I would really need the most that I could address? A dress. I love being in a dress. So tell me. So what I hear from a lot of people is, Trish, compromise your belief structure. It's okay. A lot of people ran and hid when their people were targeted, and look, what's the worst thing that could happen? A full-on genocide? That's not so bad. For us, maybe for you it is. Yeah, I guess it is. I know they use it so loosely, but I had many sit-downs with Harvard John. I read a lot about it, and I feel it's the closest diagnosis anyone's ever come to. I didn't even know it existed until Harvard John explained it. Yeah, it's been in my medical record for like 5 or 7 years. So, Pam, I'm relatively new to being told anything about this, but there's some feelings and emotions that are so intensely, overwhelmingly owies. I'll do drugs. I'll drink. I can't face it. I have to run. It feels like I would cry in eternity. Sometimes it feels like I'm on this asteroid or moon, 1 billion, trillion light years from anything, and it's just an empty void that I just stare at, knowing I could travel for the next 1,000,000 years and never be in contact with anyone again. And that hurts so bad. And then there's love lost that I feel I'll never have again. It just hurts so beyond anything. Oh yeah, I'm definitely diagnosed. Yep. Yeah. I work for mental health facility. Thank you. That's the thing. I'm not getting what Harvard John said he thinks would be the best for me. So he gave me this. I don't even know what the hell. Oh, it had more to do with what's it called when you have skewed outlooks on things. You know, you have either like on and off and thinking, mind reading. Those are all examples of what, you know. And they use this thing. You know, it's a triangle. There's thoughts, emotions, action. I forget. It's been a while. Please take care of yourself. Go, baby, to your meetings. Before it's what? Before what? Listen, by my measures, no triangulation. No. It was the principles that they use. It's basically based off of the same principles they have in like Zen Buddhism, but they put a modern Western medical lingo on it. But you could so easily explain this to someone who's never met Western culture medicine, and they would comprehend it as some sort of a lot of it would just be recognizable. I wonder if the government will support drugs. What do you mean if the government will support? What does that mean? Can you please explain or elaborate what that even means? Will support. Just to be, okay, here's the thing. Let's say this person supports person A with $1 million. Supports person B with $989,000. Person C with $1,050,000. And let's say then person D gets a little bit extra, and they get $1,012,000. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, Mary, and thank you. See, the government, by which it spends our taxes for services that it claims we need, spends a huge amount of it on us. These little bit of extras, in the grand scheme of things, is not much different. And when it comes to treatments that the VA give, you do understand it's not really about the veterans. It's about our national security and being able to entice the next generation to join the military. It's not about You know, if they could get away with filling the ranks for the next time they had a war and completely get rid of medical treatment for us, they would. But they can't do that. See, we need our statues. We need our memorials. We need our parades. We need our uniforms. We need all those things to glorify killing another person for our government. To have state-sponsored murder. Regular human is not going to do that shit if it wasn't condoned by society the way it is. That's why after Vietnam, they could not get people to join the military. Our military was a sad, sad military, according to pretty much everyone that looked into it in the late 70s and early 80s. They had to do a lot of revamping. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Yep. I got a little bit of PTSD from time to time. Oh, it's the person that fantasizes about ever being able to get close to Tumble Kitty. I don't know, Tumble Kitty, that's kind of like one of those weird stalking serial killer types. Tumble Kitty, I'm gonna make a new Tumble Kitty. It's mine and mine alone. You won't respond to me. I write you every day, sometimes 1,000 times, sometimes only 900. But Tumble Kitty, I have my own Tumble Kitty now. Yes. No, that's it. Get the lotion now. You know, right now they're just watching. I don't do that at all. Hello, how am I? I'm fantastic. I have first world problems. I like to pretend my problems are major problems. But then I remember I live in the United States of America, where even on my worst day, I still won't have bombs falling on me. I'm not going to go hungry. And I can always go to a hospital, and there's nothing they could do to not at least try and save me. Living in America, where we think our problems are the worst. Do you feel at all good? Yeah, I do feel good. Why? Why would I not feel good? Yes, I remember that Doctor Man. What's Doctor Man? Like the Isle of Man in the North Atlantic? Sammy's here. Who's Sammy? Wait, I know Sammy's. Do I? Just have I eaten? Yes, I have eaten. My tummy is full. I really appreciate you asking. But we had Taco Bell. Actually, I got some people Taco Bell. I paid it forward. I mean, we didn't go crazy. I mean, buy people $20, that's not so bad. Trish, you lose your benefits? No, I didn't lose my benefits. I never lost them, I just didn't get them for a little bit. They were never taken away from... The award was never taken away. What I have lost, or what's changed, is I'm not going to get certain care that I've been waiting for. At least I'm not slotted to. Maybe things will change. Probably not in time, but they'll change. Now, when you say benefits, explain what you mean. As far as my pay, my award letter for my pay has not changed. It goes up every January. I mean, it's gone. No, it seems to be slightly different than last month, but nothing major. Do you still have the 80,000? 80,000 what? Do I still have the 80,000 what? What's my phone? What about phone number? No, this is not my car. You still have the 80,000? You too. 80,000 what? Followers? What? By the way, the DSM's definition of is the standard for can you tell me what it is? I'm just telling you, Harvard John, I have a lot of confidence in his ability to know what he's talking about. And he's the one that diagnosed me. And so did my VA doctor. I don't know how to explain it. They all sit down, at least they used to when things seem to go better, and discuss their patients. Okay. Well, I can't really see so well with this. You're saying something. Oh my god. Okay, which has been, wait, by the way, which has been rewritten and updated. Yeah, okay, what is this? Do you carry Narcan with you? Just now, when you say just in case, you mean just in case I come across somebody that's OD'd, right? Because you do know you cannot Narcan yourself. You can't. People may say they weren't overdosing. If you can Narcan yourself, you were not going to overdose. What's a good excuse? What? I always carry one in case others, and I hope others carry them in case I ever did. I don't understand how it's making an excuse. I was telling that anyone who has been where I am, they know this. And I hate that stigma that people put out there. You have got to stop stigmatizing people that carry Narcan. They are not carrying it for themselves. They're carrying it in the hopes that maybe someone else is carrying it for them. Or just to help others. Yeah, that's right. If you do it alone, you will die. Yeah. That's how it works. That's if others, yeah, are even with you. I mean, but how many people, like, having to share their stuff? Drug addicts are not known for their generosity. Known for their selfishness. In so many ways. Sorry, Miss Wrecking Ball. Sorry. That's insane. That's exactly what I was talking about. Those that we lose when we are in the midst of our love are the hardest and hurt the most, eternally. Wow, Cowgirl, what single excuse have I come up with? I haven't. People, if anyone's been listening to me, I think I've been actually more than usual taking responsibility for things. What on earth have I made an excuse for? Cowgirl, please explain. What was an excuse I made? Huh? I mean, to you, I feel like I'd be like, I can't walk because my legs got chopped off. Stop the excuses. They'll grow back. Oh, okay. I need to know what do you consider an excuse? Thank you, Doctor Man. Narcan is a full-on opiate blocker. There's partial antagonists, full antagonists, and opiate blockers, and full, like, visceral, I think, is that what it's called? Just blocks everything. So, you have what are called opiate receptors in your body. And when the opiate's attached to them, if there's too much, it will, wait, my thing's doing a weird thing. Can you see me anymore? What's going on? Oh, why do assholes do this? It's not really like opiates are a poison. It poisons you. It's what it does is it slows down your breathing, slows down your respiratory. So, if you can't breathe, your brain doesn't get oxygen. No oxygen, no brain, you die. That's predominantly how people die in an overdose. But I mean, if you take too much and you're driving and you crash, that's also death by opiates. Just I was going to ask you about being. Well, what do you mean? I think they maybe blocked out what you said. I couldn't see it. If you could explain what you mean, and if you need like a longer amount to explain or ask it, I'd love to read what you mean by that. Because I have a complete love, respect of Catholicism, which allows me also at the same time to have an extreme despise of people that would do something to hurt and give it a bad reputation by being something terrible. And I try and wrap my head around it. What are some things? Now, what shall we do? We do some. Oh, I gotta put some pinks on. Ooh, look at this. Oh wait, that's the blood. Yeah, I'm gonna pick it all. Don't worry. I got a big bag and get all my Taco Bell out. Blend this on. This will dry. And it'll be more of a blended. Shake me for what reason? What do you mean shake me? Explain. What is it you want to shake me for? Here's the thing. It's just because some of us may have similarities or have the same label does not mean that we understand the other person's path or what they've traveled. We like to think we do, but we truly don't. And humans love to make assumptions that whatever our issue was for us using drugs must be why the other person used them as well. And we'll go to rehab and be told like watch a couple TED Talks and like read a couple things, and then we use that to paint broad strokes on the whole disease of addiction. And people will go in and then all of a sudden be told that they have to take this overwhelming amount of responsibility, and they've just been throwing it off, and they're really these greedy, selfish people. And I don't know why so many people buy into that bullshit. I truly don't. I mean, it feels great for people that aren't addicts to be able to say that to them. But can you imagine going up to cancer patients and telling them how greedy and selfish they are and how they only did this to themselves? And I don't know in what world people think an addict would not do anything to be reborn not one. That is the one thing in my life that I had the chance to undo or take away, I would consider doing. there's not much in my life that I would change. I just don't believe in changing things. You never know how things could be worse. But this idea that addicts want to be addicts, or they choose to stay in addiction, or it's as easy as just not picking up. If it was truly that easy, we wouldn't have so many addicts. If it was truly something, I just hate that. And here's the other thing. Some mental health issues are only mental health issues because it's the minority of people that have them. If they were the majority, it would no longer be a mental health issue, but it would be normal. And those that didn't have that would then have the mental health issues. Remember, those that are sane are just considered sane because they paint or they color within the lines that everyone else colors within. And those that are listed as insane is because they paint or color outside of the lines in a way that to them is beautiful. But because it's coloring outside of the lines, and that's just not what you do, they're considered insane. That's I mean, from my point of view, so many of you out there are absolutely bonkers, crazy, insane. This idea that this one blink of an eye, we are all judged with an equal scorecard on whether or not we go to an eternal bliss of heavenly delight. And some people, this isn't everyone's belief structure, but some people's it is. And if you somehow never came across Jesus, I love and respect you, he's my savior. But at the same time, because he is, I don't believe for an instant he would damn people to hell or not letting them into heaven because they were never exposed to him. And this is a terrible thing that the church used to tell women about their children, that if they weren't baptized, they'd never go to heaven. That's one of the most fucked up things someone could ever say, and I've had it said to me. Oh, I don't believe in hell either. Hell is what you make it, and it's your belief. Christianity is the only major religion that has a permanent hell. Permanent hell. All the other ones, see, that's why Catholicism had to add a purgatory. Catholicism is a religion of, what's it called when you of scavengers. It's like a scavenger religion that everywhere it went, it would pick up bits from others and add it in so that that group could feel more comfortable being Catholic. Earth is heaven as well. We hold the keys to both heaven and hell in our mind. And believe me, if hell existed in the manner in which some people believe it to, Earth is no hell. I just wonder, what's that when they were first born? Baptism should be a choice you make. I get your belief that it should be a choice, but imagine being a parent with a full belief that faith going so far that you just know it to be true. How could you say you love your child and not baptize them with the belief that they will not go to heaven where you're going to be if they were to die? As a parent, if they truly believe that that's what's afterwards, I respect their decision. Because here's the thing. Either the parent's doing the right thing and there really is a heaven and there really are those rules, or there isn't one and it didn't matter that they got baptized. They can do what they want. So I truly don't see the harm in just the baptism alone. Where I see the harm is raising someone to hate themselves. If you raise your child in a way where they start to believe they're a terrible, bad person because of the feelings they have or the way they view the world. That's a horrible abuse. And we allow that type of abuse to happen every day. Yet the parent that is overwhelmed with being a single mom, struggles with addiction, barely making means while maybe they have more than one baby daddy and they're all out there doing whatever but not helping. And they're doing the best they can. And in all regards, the child's going to be just fine. The state gets involved and starts making their life even more difficult. But they get all the love they need, and that's what truly makes the difference in the end. But then that upper middle class family, makes sure they're never hungry, has a roof over their head, and there's no exposure to drugs, raises that child to hate themselves, and they never do the things they could have done because of it. That's unforgivable. Well, everything's forgivable. Yeah, that's right, that's fair. I'm a hoe too. I mean, if you think of hell for what it is, that's terrible to tell a child that they could go there. That's terrible. Would you threaten to, torture your child and, and show them, tools of torture and be like, this is what comes next? And then they will poke your eyeballs out with hot pokers and take your intestines out, and then every time you're just about to die, they'll restart it all over again forever, and you remember it all. What? That's a good parent? Good God, no, it's not. I truly, before I moved back down to what they call upstate, but it was downstate, Dutchess County, Hudson Valley, the childhood I got in this suburban winter wonderland, winter wonderland because of the snowflakes. I didn't know it. I wasn't exposed to a lot of hate or racism. I feel it very easy, from what I saw, for white folk to be very open-minded and of different cultures and all that. Feel threatened. You don't see the same type of issues. Well, of course, because like I said, they're not scared. They're not threatened. But the moment there's multiple different types of people, that's when they really freak the fuck out. I mean, that's the difference I saw from where I lived in the suburb of Rochester. If they went to downtown was a no-go zone. They were terrified of downtown. That's where they said, oh, it's terrible, it's bad. I'm like, yeah, that's because it looks a lot different than we do, doesn't it? People live different, they talk different, they act different, all these things that are so different. But not bad, just different. I've seen people freak the fuck out just by the way black people were talking. They were freaking out, literally. You hear them? I can't believe them. We're in public. And I'm you don't even know what they said. Yeah, I do. No, I'm pretty sure you don't. It was their tone. What tone? Loud? They were louder than we talked. That's it. Yeah, but what? And why is it that we as white people get to set the standard on what is acceptable? Do you see how they ruined the movie? Yeah, but we couldn't get tickets where we would normally go. We were the only white people there. They were asking questions. I kind of enjoyed it. No, they ruined it. No, I thought it was pretty cool. I liked how they shouted out what was going to happen. I didn't even close my eyes. No, you can't do that in a movie. Well, says who? It's kind of an experience we all got to experience. I kind of liked it way better than just being quiet and boring, because if the movie sucked, it sucked. This movie sucked, but it was good. No, I don't have to be on the mindset I don't see color, because I do see color. I do. And I have to keep that in mind, because sometimes I have to readjust where I'm coming from, because there are very different cultural experiences. But I cannot for a moment try and relate or pretend I have any idea what it would be like to be a black man or a black woman, and then somehow tell them that, because they don't. I have no idea, and I feel like it would just be insulting for me to say any different. And for me to say I don't see color, I think would also be insulting, because the time and place in which I was raised has forced that on my mind. I hate it. I wish it wasn't there, but it exists. And so many people don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about how they really are scared of coming across a lot of people that are different. I mean, why is it? Why in society did this happen? Why aren't we talking about those things? Because it really does exist. We wouldn't have white cops shooting minorities like constantly if there wasn't something that's going on. This doesn't happen in other countries the way it happens here. It's like we want to pretend that it's something we can get rid of if we just pretend it's not there. You know? We don't know, a lot of us don't know what it's like to have generational trauma to the extent of our past completely being wiped out. First Nations, Native, African American, Black culture all has this trauma that is something I won't know. My family came from Ireland, yeah, they struggled, but the system worked for them. The system helped them get money, buy property, succeed. The same system actively held back people of color. It made sure they did not get the same opportunities my family got. You know, and this idea that my family just worked harder is bullshit. If anything, they didn't work as hard and they did far better. It's like, we all want to believe that. We all want to believe that we just worked harder to get what we got. But if you saw how hard other people worked and it just got them nowhere, you'd really have to ask yourself what's going on. Yeah, I know it is very taboo, but I mean, I exist within that of a taboo and norms. And why is it they always call this sex bookstores taboo? Oh yeah, because it's taboo. I don't think Europe is all that either. I'm just saying, in America, there was a system that actively helped one group of people while actively held back another. I mean, it wasn't 100% this way or that, but on average it was. Redlining. If you could understand just how much of a difference generation wealth has, just look at, did your parents own a home? Did your grandparents own a home? The further back you can go and remember that member had a home, I bet the wealthier you are right now. If your parents didn't own a home, your grandparents didn't own a home, it's a big deal for you to try and own a home, isn't it? It's like huge. To other people, it's just like, well, of course, this is just, yeah, I'm guaranteed a home, you know? It's like just what you do at my age. So, and just because some people say, well, that's not the case for me, doesn't make it a false statement. It just means you're the exception to the rule. That is 100% true. When it comes to the poor, no lives matter. I support that. I wish some people get it, some don't. When I say Black Lives Matter, I'm not saying white lives don't matter. I'm saying, no shit, white lives matter. We will go to war over white lives. Like, white people don't generally die in the beginning of movies. We are not cast to the side as worthless. That's just not something that happens to us when we die. It's a big deal when white people die. But black people don't get the same. They just don't. It's if you look really hard at some of our shows, some of our movies, it's allowed to happen, and nothing's done. People don't get outraged the way they do. I see it all the time on the news. And people go, well, they must have done something. Really, why must they have done something? Because they look like what? They look like they're in a gang. Oh, whoa! So now there's a look to that. I get it. If you're wearing colors and doing this or that, there's a look. But they didn't have any of that on. So what exactly was the look besides being black? I fall guilty of these weird thoughts and feeling just this strange feeling sometimes. But I mean, it's been a huge learning experience. Anyone that's followed me for a while knows that, like, I have been the minority amongst a lot of the people I'm with, and I've gained so much knowledge, and it's just how fucked up it's been for some people, and how much I've just pissed away as privilege. Yes, I know, and that's what really got me curious as to, it's so easy to do the right thing when you're supported in it being the right thing. How many of you could still stick up for the right thing when the majority around you think it's the wrong thing, and condemn you and label you a bad person for it? I never had that mindset when I was looking at other people. Remember, I fully admit, I grew up in a time when only white people did good things, and the only thing that anyone of color ever did was to invent the cotton gin. That's the only thing I remember learning that somebody invented that wasn't white. There might have been others, but they didn't really impress on me like with anything special. I was in elementary school in the 80s. I hope they're doing a much better job now. And if they say we don't have the mindset of color, that's robbing from people of color that have not had their stories, not had their voices, not had them heard. Because it's not just about a lot of the things that affected me is because I didn't hear about what other people did. I didn't learn their value, their strengths, and what they contributed. So I'm sure somewhere in the subconscious, by hearing nothing about a group of people growing up in school and only hearing about negative later in life, how can that not form some sort of feeling or something? Exactly, doctor, exactly. Being homeless, being amongst the homeless, here's the other thing, night and day thing that happened. When I went from having a place, it kind of dramatically changed how I'm treated now that I can't shower every day. And sometimes smell. But there's been this saying since ancient Greece, where the two philosophers were arguing for days over how great it would be if they could become invisible. How much they'd give up for one day of invisibility. They was arguing back and forth. And the whole time they're doing this, there's these poor people begging them for a little bit of money to eat. And the moral of the story was, there are people that are already invisible. The poor are invisible. It's not all about the mindset and having goals. You can have the mindset and goals. It just isn't. Because you could have the best work ethic, goals, mindset, you're going to succeed. And you get pulled over, and when you put your hands up, cop thinks he sees something else because you pulled over, and you get shot dead. Didn't help you. And if you think this doesn't happen that often, look up what the leading cause of death is for people certain ages of certain groups. That's something I didn't have to worry about. Even fighting in a war. If I had been of color, I would have had a greater chance of dying in Chicago if I lived there than I did in Iraq or Afghanistan. That's got to tell you something. No, I didn't get a car. I'm in someone's car. And if anyone knows Plato's allegory, if what I'm saying right now is bothering you or you're getting upset, well, that's because it's challenging your shadows dancing on the wall. You're comfortable with them. You gave meaning to them. anyone coming around challenging that, telling you that that's just a shadow, it's gonna piss you off. That just means you need to look harder at what it is you really believe in and why other things upset you so much when they're challenged. I do. When things piss me off and are challenging my mindset, I do look into them. I don't like talking about it because it doesn't feel good to be wrong. It doesn't feel good to be challenged. It doesn't feel good. Am I gonna say that? Thank you, Rosemary. And at best, I'm just telling my truth. What I believe to be true from what I see. But we're coming to find out that even in all that we see now, we could still only be seeing shadows dancing on a wall. And there could be a whole nother dimension in which we can't see, we can't comprehend. That just blows my mind. What do you mean? I'm not strong either, Rosemary. I relapse all the time. I made all sorts of mistakes. I've fucked up all sorts of shit. It's very difficult, to write, and it gives me too much time to lie. I make videos. Some I publish, some I archive. I don't have a chance to lie when I speak right away. I don't re-edit them. Because if I do, oh my god, that makes me look so bad. Oh, I can't say that. Shit, people are gonna hate me. I'm gonna look so terrible if I admit that. Writing, I would fix that stuff. Oh yeah, we got a challenge. Well, we gotta look into it. And I'll still say pray on it. I pray. I know there's a God. I just don't know much more than that. Congratulations, Miss Wrecking Ball, congratulations. What do you mean it can make me seem more honest? I truly feel I am more honest. I really do. I don't know why me admitting I lie makes me more dishonest than people that don't admit that. If you come out and say, I don't lie, I only tell the truth, why do they get believed over me saying, yeah, I lie, when it's going to be easier, get me out of really big trouble? Yeah, I lie. I mean, that's like a no-duh statement. If you're like, yeah, I totally accidentally did blah, blah, blah. I want to go to jail for no reason, waste my life away. I'm going to so say I did that. Why? You know? Exactly, Cynthia. Everyone lies. And the people that don't generally have disorders. As a preschool teacher, there's a whole section in the test we tested them for, which would ask, find out, did they lie? Because if children don't realize the benefit of lying, this is cognitively, they have developmental issues. Oh yeah, some people absolutely lie more than others. I have that issue of exaggerating more. I'm working on it. But at the same time, I am so honest. A lot of you think I'm lying about certain things. But again, I do lie. Exactly, Max. That's true. And then there's things I feel I have to not talk about or just lie about because there's people that I put ahead of me. Yeah, I just feel I don't know what to do. I've lied for people so much in my life. And I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I thought you cover some. Yeah, no, that's something I'm coming to learn about. I definitely see color. Like, I've seen that and I can tell that difference. And I get that there is inequality and issues. I did not realize the issues that exist with people that are biracial. That's something new I've come across too. And why is it some biracial is different from other biracial? I don't know. And then it depends on where you're at. Biracial in like their home country, wow, they're looked down on. It's like where there's really homogeneous societies, biracial is you know this in Vietnam. In different regions it was different, but to have a child with Japanese culture, it's really brutal. And also it's kind of weird how no matter how Caucasian you are in your DNA, you're black. What? There's a bunch of people I'm friends with here that I didn't know that they were biracial. I wasn't sure what they were. I guess I have very black and white thinking. And my mind categorized people directly either in one camp or the other. But it was interesting where that line was, because a lot of people that are biracial, my mind put into Caucasian. And I don't like my mind does that. But I don't judge on it. It's no different to me than if people, brown-eyed or blue-eyed, which camp do they go in? It doesn't really matter. No, Rosemary. Okay, what are you? Are you an RH negative that's being guilt-tripped for you being persuasive? Not manipulative, persuasive. You have to remember, the people that are telling you this, why are they telling you this? Not everyone's intentions are good. They try and rip you apart by calling you manipulative. Are you being manipulative in a way where it benefits solely you? Or are you doing it out of the belief that it will be for a greater good or help someone? My belief structure is it's more about intent. Yeah, I've noticed Ms. Dragon Ball in Quebec culture and Canadian culture, it wasn't a big an issue in Quebec, but with English Canada, like white Quebec, it was. It's almost as if the mentality from like being French, you weren't white, you weren't black, you weren't, French, you weren't, what was it? Like, here we have French Canadian, we have Irish American, all these different things. But in French, you're just French. Because I remember how ostracized and outcast this one man was, because he was black, married to a white English woman. And it was just weird. But then I would go over to the part of the campground we owned where the French were, the Quebecois, or French Canadian, and it wasn't. They were just integrated. They all spoke French, and that was kind of what put them together. So it was interesting. Why do you think? You think you're being manipulative, or do you have the idea that you're just bad and you do bad things, or everything must be your fault? is lawyers, they're persuasive if you're a good lawyer. Not manipulative. A good priest is persuasive in their sermon, not manipulative. But if you wanted to cast them in that shadow or that light, you could make them that way. You could be like, oh no, they're being very manipulative. They're just trying to lead us into reward and fear by what they're saying. They're not a good person. They're a manipulative person. I have no more battery. I have no more battery. Like I have no battery. I have no battery. I have no battery. Are you just coming here? My pension's been stolen from me after I paid most of the bills. I'm still working on it. How far is it? From where I am now, it's far, but where I lived in New York, it was across the street. It was literally across the street. From Portland, it's probably about 6 hours. I have to drive through the whole state of Washington. But in New York, I crossed the street and would be in Canada if I crossed into the field. We had a library where you could walk in one side and walk out the other. Same with the cemetery in Rouse's Point. We were on our honor system not to do that. But I'm an 18-year-old who can't buy beer in America. But by golly, I can go to the Deep Hamar right across the little walking bridge that's been condemned, so we will never walk on it. And I'll buy it. It's strange how this Des Hamar is in the middle of nowhere as far as the Canadian side, but it's right next to our town. Why is that? They sure do seem to sell a lot of things I like. Flavored cigarettes, which you can't get in the U.S., codeine and Tylenol, and beer. Yay. No, not for me. For me, it's one state up. Do you see a lot of interracial in your area? What do you mean by that? It strikes me strange because Portland is so white, but the homeless community is so black. That strikes me as odd. They had Montevilla Days, this big celebration, and it was like Ambry, Abercrombie, and Finch brought their whole family for a reunion. It was not diverse at all. And then when it was back over at night, mostly people that weren't white. For the population that's here, it's strikingly different. Strikingly different. Oh, I love you too, Rosemary. We all have issues, and to us, they're all the same to ours. Like, everyone has the worst pain they know at the time. But if you were to actually go amongst each issue and attribute certain values to it, some people's issues are much worse than others. Much harder. I would say on the grand scale of things, I would be amongst the people that have it the easiest. I'd be in the camp that's like, shame on you. Yeah, you have issues, but because you choose to not deal with them. There's people that have issues because there's just no good answer on how to fix it. They're just fucked. We want to believe everybody can get out of their problems, but that's just not true. What does it mean by intra? I know intra. Can you explain it better? Sometimes I get really caught up on words and I don't understand them. I need to finish doing my makeup. I mean, it's just more of an American thing where color has such value. Living so close to the border, a lot of my friends and geopolitical ties was to the independence movement of the 90s. I always side with the minority. I don't know if it's because I didn't like being in the majority, or because secretly I felt like I was a minority because I wasn't going to grow up and be able to fit in to these straight people. And so, even though I was not French, Canadian, did not speak French fluently. I felt every intense feeling of independence. And then what was really a kicker, later in life I realized what a farce it was. How Bloc Québécois and Parti Québécois was only doing it to have more power with Quebec's special constitutional agreements of rights and rules. The more they pushed for independence, the more they got from Ottawa. You know? So much so, they freaked the fuck out when they almost got independence. There was a whole pushback by both Bloc Québécois and Parti Québécois, warning the population that it was gonna, they're like, we're almost there. Oh, we're just about there, everyone. Keep getting out the vote. Just remember, it's not gonna be easy, but we want independence. We may have massive unemployment, but we'll be independent of Ottawa. We might even starve, go cold in the wintertime, and who knows, maybe even be taken over by aliens. But by golly, we won't be under the thumb of the Ottawa anymore. Just keep in mind, you may have to sacrifice your children. I mean, it was... And then imagine that. And then a lot of people didn't realize, oh yeah, those massive movements, that's all American military and government officials moving out of the region. We have absolutely no agreements in place if we become independent, and they're not going to stay here and find out what happens. So yeah, we don't have their support or their money. Fuck. Mm-hmm. Exactly, Rosemary, exactly. My problems are so small in comparison to what I see in this world. I'm almost convinced I'm going to be tortured in the next life. And I was absolutely tortured in the last. And this is the life I get to just breathe. But that's torture in itself. It tortures me to know I won't never see some of these people again. I'm going to be ripped apart from the ones I love, and that I didn't enjoy it enough when I had them with me. Oh God, it's like the curse of you never taking for granted the things that I take for granted, because I always think they'll be there forever, and then when they're not, and I realized that was the last hope I ever had, and I'll never have it again. It's so terrifyingly sad to know that I thought certain things were just a given, like to not have the things that I attribute the most value to. I don't know how much of where I'm at is just me punishing myself. I don't believe I'm here homeless because I have no choice. I felt like just maybe I don't care enough to not be homeless. I feel any time if I truly wanted to be in a home, I could easily be there in 14 days or so. I don't know. Oh, I don't believe in suicide. Here's the weird thing. It feels good for me to talk about it and to say I want to blow my brains out, but I could never do it, nor do I believe in it. There's just some power to saying it. Anybody else have that? Let me reiterate. I love life. When my time comes, it will not be known to me, and it will not be by my hands, and it will not be my choice. Only God has the right to take my life. However they wrote it in. I don't know how. My mother attempted it. Which makes more sense now. Because I remember, I didn't find out till later in life. And when I found out at the time, it's when I don't know why it would be that I would be with her most of the time. Maybe my memory erased my brother and sister, I don't know. But she would say things like, I'd be like, Mom, what are you looking for? What is it, Mom? The meaning to life. The meaning to life? She said this all the time. Because I would be like, Mom, what's wrong? Mommy, I love you, what's wrong? Mommy, what's wrong? What are you looking for? The meaning of life. And I would be on a mission to find that. I could never find it for him, and it's so sad. I'm sorry, Mommy, I can't find it. They don't have it here. They said maybe we have to go look somewhere else. Mommy, I'm so sorry. And it made me even sadder when I found out what that meant. And I would go asking everybody if they knew where I could find it. I told her it was swimming because she loves swimming. I told her it was the Red Sox. And I get it. I even said things like, who would take care of me, Mommy? Does anyone else have that problem where the more someone's mean to you, the more you like them? Or the more you try and win their approval? So you end up around people you shouldn't. And you start to idolize people you shouldn't. And the people that treat you the best, you kind of put to the wayside. Oh, that's terrible, Dr. Man. That's terrible. What interpreted that? I'm so sorry. It's an addiction. Like what do they overdose? Like, does it still count? Like, now, how do we feel about the people that we get killed by us having such an unsensible desire for these drugs? Because you realize we cause a lot of the problems. People with money in America that demand these narcotics are fueling the violence in Mexico. We are fueling the violence in the inner cities. And if you are new to this or don't know how it works, people from outside the inner city go to the inner city for the drugs, thus causing power struggles amongst those in the inner city and the gang warfare. It's not because the drugs only stay within the inner city, it's just that's where people go. The police do a great job in suburbia of keeping certain elements out, drugs out. They still exist, but not at the same rate they are in the inner city. And that's because they have like unwritten rules where don't do this in my town. You can have it here, but don't dare sell it, deal it, make it visible here, or you will feel pain. Police do that in a lot of places. If you have never, just trust me, they do. I mean, that's hell on earth, Dr. Man. Sorry. Thank you, Rosemary. I mean, it's one thing, but what do you mean never drink? Oh, my phone's about to die, It's getting dark in here. That is everything. Cannot see anything. There's this. Does this have any charge to it at all? No, it doesn't. Hold on. I guess I'm gonna have to go pretty soon because I don't have a way out. See if this works. See if this works. Nope. 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 Ozzy, is there anything that this plugs into? Does it work at all without it or no?
Huh?
Does this plug in at all anywhere?
The battery.
Oh, okay. Sorry. My bad. Alright guys, I'm gonna get off in a little bit and I'll come back on later when I charge it. Thank you so much to everybody that watched. Thank you to everyone that supported and gifted. I truly appreciate it. At least for today, I'm gonna be okay. I don't want for anything. I'm not hungry. I went to the grocery store and got Powerades 10 for $1. It's gonna be hard later in the month, but you never know what could happen between now and then. So today I'm doing okay. I'm inside a car. I'm in a major camp, homeless camp. So there's the numbers. So I'll be okay. Thank you so much to my moderators for being here moderating. Appreciate it. I was able to eat. Did I eat 2 meals today? If you count, I ate after midnight, and again, I had 2. I had donuts for breakfast and coffee. Yep, donuts and coffee. And I ended up getting McDonald's with coupons, but I ended up giving it because everyone that saw me was hungry for something. So yeah, I ate. Programs for like what? Like what kind of programs? People have to be uncomfortable where they're at to want to change. People have to be uncomfortable to want something different. I'm not uncomfortable enough yet, I guess. I know some people are mad at me for that. I don't know how to change how I feel. I really thought I'd be, in a way, it's kind of sad. Again, it's this Catholic punishment penance thing. I feel good in not having. It's as if this is like a punishment I deserve for being, what's the word? Having too much pride. So this is what happens. And I'm okay with that. Thank you, Rosemary. You missed my makeup? I just did my makeup. You missed or you missed it? 'Cause we did it. And here's the thing. There's other things I need help with. I'm an addict, yes. And it just annoys me. It almost makes me feel even more alienated when it's when the things I did work hard on are dismissed. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe it didn't work that hard. Yeah, I did. There's nothing, for me, that feels worse than knowing how hard you struggled at something and then someone just dismisses it as you did nothing. But I guess that's what integrity is. Integrity, they say, is when you do what you're supposed to without anyone watching or acknowledging it. Struggling through going down on OxyContin. I should have just gone through the hell. I don't know. That would have been super hell. I guess I shouldn't say anything because I made it through. What really bothers me is that I feel so stupid because I'll probably be right back in that situation someday. I know I shouldn't talk about it, but no matter how bad it is, I always seem to be back there again someday. Hey, Mr. Cent, how are you doing? Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone, for all that you've done. It's been real hard, being so and my soul cries eternally. No, if there's some people that have been around my tent, if they were still there, I'd be right back there, but they're not there. And what made it feel safe is there's multiple people that we all helped out each other, and it made that strong. Me, by myself there, I'm an open target. Yeah, you can ask me a question. Yeah, and I know trans rights are men's rights. That's right. Just like trans rights are women's rights, trans rights are men's rights. Transgender men's rights are men's rights. They're fighting. Trans men are fighting for men. And if you mean it in the inverse, then it just looks ignorant. No, you're not a reporter. Maybe you are. I mean, you can be a reporter. Anyone can be a reporter. I mean, do you hang it on the refrigerator along with, I know the alphabet and I like 3 Ks. But yes, on a serious note, what is your question? I will give you, if you are doing this for reporting value, I will let you ask the question. What is it? Listen, remember, I get that not everyone agrees with me, but please separate me from the so-called transgender movement, because there are things that are hijacking that I don't agree with. Okay? There's a whole third of the population in the transgender community that has been alienated. They didn't have to be. The closest to like reality, in my opinion, were the ones that were in the military. That's 1/3 of us. Now, I'm not negating anyone else that's trans. I'm just saying, like, a lot of our views were much closer aligned to the cisgender community than, let's say, what you guys are going to call the ones that are not living in reality and what they want. I don't feel that way about them. They just they don't get how unrealistic some of the asks are, you know? And they're still living on an assumption that things in a perfect world can exist here, where I'm jaded and I don't believe that. I don't know what the post you deleted about. Okay. Yeah. There's a person that ended up taking stuff that didn't solely belong to me, and who it did belong to knows I don't take, I don't steal. And while I'm in trouble for it because I was the one who got it taken from, I'm not anywhere near the amount of trouble that they're in. And I guess there's an example being set out there. I don't know. I can't say too much because who knows what might be used of what I say. So, yeah. In what movie does someone think it's a good idea to go steal from someone that's like high up in the criminal syndicate? Like, where is that ever a good idea? And what generally happens to people like that? No, he's not dead. But he's not. I honestly don't know. I just know he's not dead. They got into a fight, got beat up. But I don't know the details. And then something completely separate happened that's completely independent of all this. My friend was helping me. I think my friend was just in a bad mood. I haven't seen them all day and I've been trying to find them. Okay. Hey, I love you guys. And if you want to know more, you can write me. I just don't want to say it publicly. Maybe I'll make a video about it. Bye, everybody. Love you.